Hello everyone, good evening. I am Akash Sanjay Kobragade. I am a coordinator at Karunyakara Institute of Dalit Knowledge and student of Professor Dr. Leela Karunyakara sir. As you all know, today this is a special kind of a gathering we everywhere organize where we celebrate Professor Dr. Leela Karunyakara sir's birthday, and also we as a student and as a follower of Dalit knowledge, we celebrate this day as a Dalit Indian Cultural Day on behalf of our beloved Professor Dr. Leela Karunyakara sir. And this is a very great day for all of us who engaged in the idea of Dalit Cultural Nation or a Dalit Cultural Day, because when we are going when we connected with this idea that the cultural nation, so we see that most of the communities, country. So as you all know that all the country people, those who don't have their own culture, they follow the dominant culture, and well said by the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. And we keep this in mind, and in the guidance of Professor Dr. Leela Karunyakara sir, we are a part of a Dalit Indian culture, which is developed, which is theorized and conceptualized by Professor Dr. Leela Karunyakara sir. And we are a part of his idea. We are propagating, we are engaging it with the knowledge which he continuously share with us as our mentor, as our professor. And this is a very great opportunity for all of us who are engaged with this idea, because we are not only celebrating the day as a cultural day to celebrate someone's birthday, we are gathered here to celebrate a identity base, a strong identity, positive identity base cultural day, which give a positive aspiration for our development and give us a positive identity within a society. So, with this few words, I want to congratulate all of us that we are gathered here, and also wish Professor Dr. Leela Karunyakara sir, wish you a happy birthday, sir. And I also congratulate all of you to be a part of Dalit Indian Cultural Day. So, congratulations, all of you, of us. So, with this word, I just like to ask the people who are the part of the journey of this cultural day from the first day to this. Sorry, I'm admitting it, but so I request firstly, going to wish Professor Dr. Leela Karunyakara sir, and after that we are going to ask the question as we left it for today's day of annihilation of caste, part 13, 12, 13, and 14. And we are going to also ask the question related to the Dalit culture to refresh our memories and to refresh our idea, or also know more about the Dalit culture. So first of all, I start. I really thank you, and I really wish you, sir, a happy birthday, and I may wish you for a good health, good, healthy, and the best wishes for your future, sir. And it is a very important part you played in my life, because you are not only an academic person, and you not play only academic role in my life, but also you played a very important role as my mentor, as a guiding force to enroll in to take up my education, and also a very important person of my family, who give us a time to time a very positive thoughts, love to our family, affection, gratitude. And because of this, my words are very less to say anything for you. but my feelings are too uh, 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 too much respected for you, sir. And with this one, I want to say happy birthday, sir. And I request someone else to please take up and go ahead.
Akash bro, you are mute.
Sorry, sorry. So I'll do one thing. I'll see and check. I will go by the sequence. So whom I'm seeing uh Rakesh Singh Pakriyar sir to please mention few words on today's day.
थैंक यू आकाश। सबसे पहले हमारे इस प्रोफेशनल कार्य डायरेक्टर को मैं बेहद ही बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं बधाई देना चाहता हूँ सर। हैप्पी बर्थडे की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं सर देवेंद्र जी की। हम हर साल सर के बर्थडे पे दलित कल्चर फेस्टिवल डे मनाते हैं और सबसे ऐसा कुछ नया परिस्थिति तो है नहीं, क्योंकि सर जो काम कर रहे हैं पूरे शायद हमारे ऑल इंडिया में कोई प्रोफेसर ऐसा काम करता नहीं। और जिस तरह से सर अम्बेडकर आइडियोलॉजी को हम लोग को बताते हैं और इस सरल भाषाओं से और जिन ऐसे शब्दों से कि मतलब इसका साधारण व्यक्ति को बहुत आराम से समझ सकता है। और इसी का नतीजा है कि आज हम लोग कितने सारे लोग जो ऑनलाइन आज हम लोग इकट्ठे हुए हैं सर के बर्थडे में और सबसे कुछ प्रश्न करने के। तो मैं जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि मेरा कुछ प्रश्न ऐसा है नहीं, क्योंकि मैं एक मेरी जिज्ञासा है। जैसे अभी सर एलिवेशन ऑफ कास्ट के बारे में हम लोग को बता रहे हैं कि जाति का अंतर्भाव कैसे किया जा सकता है और संरक्षण के अनुसार। तो सर मैं जाति, क्योंकि हमारे भारत देश में जाति बहुत जैसा आप कहते हैं कि अम्बेडकर डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर ने कहा कि जाति सिर्फ दलित या आदिवासी में नहीं है, जाति हर वर्ग के लिए, हर समूह के लिए। तो अगर हम एलिवेशन ऑफ कास्ट की बात कर रहे हैं तो क्या सर भविष्य में हम सभी जैसे चाहते हैं कि जाति खत्म हो जाए, किसी भी रूप में आगे जाति विभिन्न समाज हो जाए, तो क्या सर ये कैसे पॉसिबल है, कैसे हो सकता है? क्योंकि भारत आजाद होके स्वतंत्रता प्राप्त करके के वक्त हो गए हैं और कई बुद्धिजीवी और कई आप जैसे सुधार मार्गदर्शन होते रह रहे हैं, फिर भी सर ये क्यों क्यों रह जा रही है समाज में? मैं यही बनना थैंक यू सर को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं करता हूँ। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Rakesh sir. Thank you. We'll do one thing. We'll first wish him, and after that we'll going for a question answer session. And meanwhile, who pose their questions, so might be we can see how can we have things. So now I request the other. So now I request the other important person who are in this journey with us from his post graduation, and now she is assistant professor there. So she is Dr. Kiran Kumbre ma'am. So I request her to please share a few words with us. Dr. Kiran Kumbre.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Thank you. First of all, sir, happy birthday, sir. आज सर का बर्थडे है, हम सभी के लिए बहुत बड़ी खुशी की बात है और ये हमारे लिए स्पेशल डे है। और सर का जन्मदिन हम लोग जो है दलित कल्चरल डे के रूप में मना रहे हैं। सर को मैं 2008 से मैं जानती हूँ। सर के अंदर भी मैंने MA किया, MPhil किया, PhD किया, अब उसी डिपार्टमेंट में नौकरी भी कर रही हूँ। सर की विचारधारा बहुत ही हाई लेवल की है और उसको समझने के लिए बहुत बड़ा स्तर चाहिए जो हर किसी के पास नहीं होता। वो मेंटल स्तर होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। सर जब भी कोई बात करते हैं तो बहुत ही हाई लेवल की होती है और वो बात को पचाना या समझना किसी के लिए कभी-कभी मुश्किल भी होता है, लेकिन सर के अंडर में रहते हुए मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा है। तो इस बर्थडे के दिन मैं सर को यही विश करूँगी कि आप हमेशा हेल्दी रहे, खुश रहे, स्वस्थ रहे और हमेशा मुस्कुराते रहे। तो इसी बर्थडे में मैं सर अभी एक क्वेश्चन पूछने वाली हूँ, जो जनरली हमेशा लोगों के दिमाग में भी रहता है। तो माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज why did Dr. Ambedkar embrace Buddhism? He used to attend church while in America, yet the adopt Buddhism in India. What was the reason for this? What is the comment on it? This is my first question. And second question is, what is the Dalit culture? What is the differences between other culture and Dalit culture? Please comment on it. Thank you. That is my two question. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kiran Pingre, ma'am. Now I request Dr. Naresh Kumar Sahu, sir.
सलोम, जय भीम।
Shalom.
हमारे मार्गदर्शक और हमारे प्रेरणा स्रोत दलित इतिहासकार एवं चिंतक प्रोफेसर एल कारुण्यकर के जन्मदिन, सर के जन्मदिन पे आप सभी को बहुत बधाई और मंगल कामनाएं। हम लोग वर्धा में भी पीडीपी की ओर से और उससे पहले भी आज के दिन को सांस्कृतिक दिवस के रूप में मनाते हैं और ये पैगाम आगे लंबे समय तक आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। और क्योंकि सर ने जो दलित शब्द पे जो सर का स्टेटमेंट है और लगातार उस पे जो काम हुआ है, दलित शब्द पे लगातार सर ने 27-28 सालों तक काम किया है, दलित पार्टिकुलर एक शब्द पे। ये बड़ी बात है क्योंकि अब तक ऐसा कोई भारत में कोई प्रोफेसर ही नहीं है जो एक शब्द पे बात करे। सर हमेशा बात बोलते हैं कि बुद्ध के पहले भी भारत है, बुद्ध के बाद ही भारत है। सिंधु घाटी सभ्यता भी भारत था, सिंधु घाटी सभ्यता के बाद भी इधर डिवाइडेशन के बाद भारत है। तो दलित शब्द पे दलित संस्कृति और दलित विचार को जिस तरह से सर ने परिभाषित किया, तो बहुत सहज और सरल भाषा में प्रभावित सर करते हैं। वो अलग बात है कि थोड़ा से हिंदी भाषी पट्टी के लोगों को सर की इंग्लिश भाषा होने के कारण थोड़ा से कभी कभी समझने में दिक्कत होती है, लेकिन लगातार मीटिंग अटेंड करे और बातचीत करे तो बहुत सरल और सहज भाव में बात करते हैं। और इस दलित शब्द पे दलित समझ जाए, दलित शब्द को, दलित पार्टिकुलर दलित शब्द को ही हम समझे। दलित इतिहास और संस्कृति वो तो बात की बात है, दलित हिस्ट्री और कल्चर को, लेकिन दलित शब्द को हम समझ जाए तो एक व्यापक पैमाने पे भारतीय इतिहास को समझने को अवसर मिलता है। और दलित कल्चर को सब बताते हैं तो उसमें दलित खान पान संस्कृति, दलित भाषा संस्कृति, दलित ड्रेस कोड कल्चर, दलित रहन सहन कल्चर, सब चीज उसमें शामिल हो जाता है। और लगातार हम लोगों ने तो पीडीपी के माध्यम में, पवित्र दलित परिवार के माध्यम से जो काम किया, जो समझे, तो दलित शब्द अपने आप में बहुत पवित्र शब्द है। और उस शब्द को हम समझ जाएं तो फिर उनकी खान पान संस्कृति, रहन सहन संस्कृति और पूरा आचार विचार संस्कृति, ड्रेस कल्चर, तमाम चीजें एकदम ट्रांसपेरेंट हो जाता है समझने जानने के लिए। क्योंकि हम लोग समझा कि हमारा कल्चर ही एक ग्लोबल कल्चर है। उसी परंपरा में हमने सर से बात भी किया था, सुधीर सर भी है, अस्मिता मैडम भी है, आकाश भी है। मेरे बिटिया का जन्म हुआ तो हम लोग ने दलित कल्चर पे ही उसका नाम रखे एविना। एविना के बाद और क्या रखे सेकंड नाम, तो साहू लिखते तो भी तेली और ओबीसी वाला फिर भाव आता। तो जाति सूचक को छोड़ते हुए ग्लोबल कल्चर में नाम रखे एविना ग्लोरी। इससे पहले भी हमारे यहाँ मेरे बड़े भाई का बेटा हुआ तो सर से कारुण्यकर सर से पूछे कि नाम क्या रखें, तो उसके लिए फिर सर ने सर्च करके बताया भी। सुधीर सर भी है, अस्मिता मैडम भी जुड़ी हुई है। तो उसका ना हमारे भतीजा है भी, वो 2017 में ही जन्म हुआ, तो उसका नाम रखे हैं एरॉन साइरिल, दो शब्द है, एरॉन और साइरिल, बहुत पवित्र मायने होता है उसका, बहुत शानदार शब्द है, दोनों हिब्रू का शब्द है। हमारी मेरी बिटिया का भी नाम एविना है, वो हिब्रू का है शब्द है। तो भाई हमारा रूट इजराइल से आ रहा है, तो क्यों ना हम उसका नाम रखें। तो हम इतिहास में भी जाते हैं, तो बहुत सारे लोग सुनते हैं सर की भाषा, तो बहुत सारे लोग को, कुछ लोग तो पीएचडी अवार्ड के लिए होने के लिए सर को सुनते हैं, कुछ लोग तो सर को खुश करने के लिए भी सुनते हैं, कुछ लोग तो पीएचडी अवार्ड के होने के बाद सर को भूल भी जाते हैं। लेकिन इम्प्लीमेंट होना बहुत मायने रखते हैं। और सर ने क्योंकि हम वर्धा में थे, तो हम वर्धा में रहने के कारण सर के जो लेक्चर सुने, वहां वर्धा में बहुत सारे प्रोफेसर हैं, बहुत सारे जो शूद्र कम्युनिटी, शूद्र रेस के हैं, आदिवासी रेस के भी हैं, दलित कम्युनिटी से भी रेस के भी वहां लोग पढ़ लिख रहे हैं, लेकिन नए जय भी नव बुद्धा तक सीमित है। तो सर हमको बोलते थे कि वो नरेश, कि आप पीएचडी कर रहे हो, वो आपके उसके बीच में केवल 2 ही फासला है, ज्ञान में आप कमी नहीं है। तो हम लोग निश्चित तौर पर सर के साथ सानिध्य में रहते हुए हमको लगा कि भाई ये तो जिसको हम बहुत महान बता रहे हो तो बहुत हल्का आदमी है, जानते समझते भी नहीं है। तो ठीक है, हम स्कॉलर हैं, वो असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर हो गया, एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर हो गया, या बड़े विद्वान लिख रहे हैं, जान रहे हैं। तो सेल्फ डिग्निटी के बारे में भी हम सर से ही सीखे। मैं तो बहुत एक तरह से कोई शाकाहारी मांसाहारी भी नहीं होता, मैं तो शाकाहारी परिवार से हूँ, घर में कोई अंडा मछली कुछ खाते नहीं थे, जानते नहीं थे। लेकिन सर के संपर्क में आए कि भाई ये तो दलित फूड कल्चर है, सूट बूट पहनने का भी कल्चर सर ने बताया, समझे, तो हम इम्प्लीमेंट किए। और उसके बाद छत्तीसगढ़ में पीएचडी अवार्ड होने के बाद छत्तीसगढ़ में भी आए, तो छत्तीसगढ़ में भी आने के बाद दलित फिलॉसफी विचार को हमने डेवलप किया और उस पर बहुत सारा काम भी किए। हम भारत के लोग हमने एक अपंजीकृत संगठन बनाए, जो शनिवार के दिन बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर स्टेच्यू के बीच में पार्टिकुलर एक टॉपिक पे हम चर्चा करते थे, सार्वजनिक माइक लगा के। वो रायपुर में भी, बिलासपुर में भी, मुंगेली में भी, बैतूल में भी और बालाघाट, 5 शहरों पे एक साथ एक टॉपिक पे हम चर्चा करते थे। और सार्वजनिक रूप से हम लॉर्ड मेकाले दिवस एजुकेशन डे के रूप में, सावित्रीबाई फुले का जन्मदिन को टीचर्स डे के रूप में, सर का जन्म भी हम वहां सब सेलिब्रेट किए। ज्योतिबा फुले और सावित्रीबाई फुले और उसको जन्मदिन को हम सार्वजनिक रूप से सेलिब्रेट किए। और उस सेलिब्रेशन का लाभ ये हुआ कि 2-3 हम नेशनल इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार भी कंडक्ट कराया। आकाश खोबरागढ़ स्वयं आया था और भी लोग आए हुए थे। बहुत शानदार गवर्नमेंट फंड से हम बड़े बड़े कार्यक्रम भी कराए और बहुत सक्सेसफुल रहा और लोगों ने सेलिब्रेट किया और जीवन में बहुत सारा परिवर्तन आया। ठीक है, बहुत सारी चीजें थोड़ा, ये तो बहुत कठिन दौर से हम, भारतीय इतिहास का सबसे कठिन दौर भी है ये, जो सांस्कृतिक रूप से और इकोनॉमिकली और एम्प्लॉयमेंट के हिसाब से हम जैसे बेरोजगार लोग, एक तरह से युवा लोग, स्कॉलर लोग पढ़ लिख के थोड़ा से कसमकस कर रहे हैं, जीवन में जूझ रहे हैं। तो ये बहुत कठिन दौर है। कुछ समय बाद बादल छटेगी, दौर कटेगा और आने वाला समय दलित कल्चर का है, दलित फिलॉसफी का है। और जिस हिसाब से सर ने काम किया, और सर ने हिस्ट्री ऑफ दलित आइडेंटिटी किताब भी लिखा। उससे पहले हम तो जानते हैं कि दलित हिस्ट्री क्या है, दलित शब्द क्या है, दलित कल्चर क्या है। तो सर ने इतना मजबूत ढंग से, इतना शानदार ढंग से रिफरेंस दिया और जो हिस्ट्री को क्रमबद्ध रूप में बताया है, तो हम सबको इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहिए। केवल लेक्चर सुनने से काम नहीं चलेगा, उनको थोड़ा बहुत इम्प्लीमेंट करें। जय भीम नमो बुद्धाय, जय सेलोम करने से भी काम नहीं चलेगा। सर के बात को इम्प्लीमेंट करें तो बहुत आनंद आएगा। और आने वाला समय दौर हम सबका है और बहुत शानदार दौर आने वाला है। 1 साल 2 साल में सब आएगा। तो आज के दौर में हमको चाहते हैं कि सर के जन्मदिन को बहुत शानदार धूमधाम से सेलिब्रेट करें। अपने घरों में भी जो मिठाई उठाई, मीट बीफ चिकन मछली मटन बना के सेलिब्रेट करें, लोगों में बांटे भी। और सर के हम चाहते हैं कि सर के जन्मदिन पे एक शानदार आर्टिकल बने। प्रोफेसर कारुण्यकरा होने के मायने एक किताब भी आए, आप सबका रिसर्च आर्टिकल उसमें आए, आपका अनुभव भी आए, उसमें गीत संगीत नाटक भी है, तमाम चीजें उसमें आए। एक किताब में तो यही बोलना चाहूंगी, आने वाला समय में सर के हम सब कारुण्यकरा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ दलित नॉलेज की ओर से एक प्रॉपर किताब ही आए, प्रोफेसर कारुण्यकरा होने के मायने। उसके अंदर में दलित इतिहास, तमाम चीजें जो अनुभव आप सभी उसमें साझा करें। आप स्वतंत्र रहें और आप सभी ने मुझे सुना, इसके लिए धन्यवाद। और मेरा अभी कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं, मैं सर को सुनूंगा, आप सबको भी सुनूंगा। जय भीम, नमो बुद्धाय, सलाम।
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद सर। नरेश सर, आपने काफी डिटेल पे बात रखी और हम जानते हैं कि आपका जो रिलेशन है काफी गहरा है और फिलोसफी के साथ आप जुड़े हुए हैं। आगे चलते हैं। सॉरी, लेट्स गो फॉरवर्ड एंड I'll request Sudhir Jinde, please share his views. Please share his some views on today's topic. Mr. Sudhir Jinde.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. First of all, I would like to share my heartfelt wishes on the occasion of.
Where are you, Sudhir? I can't see you.
Actually, sir, no, I'm not in a proper position to sit here, no.
Fine.
So,
Get it.
please consider me. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, first of all, many congratulations, sir, on your birthday. And I wish you all happy Dalit Indian Cultural Day we are celebrating today. It's a fantastic moment for all of us. Since 2008, we got the opportunity to meet Professor. I remember the day when I was with one boy. His name is Yadav, and for some vacancy reasons, we just went to the cabin of Professor regarding reservations, and many things were there to just discuss. That day when Professor was talking with us, explaining the reservations, and at the same time he was talking about the theory of two Indian nations. So that idea really attracted me towards Professor. What exactly the theory of two Indian nation? Then we came back, and on the coffee area, cafeteria, we just discussed what exactly Professor wanted to say to us. And from that moment, we are in a regular contact with Professor, learning about the history of Dalit identity, Dalit culture, and everything that is related to our emotions, our lifestyle, our living, and how to come out of this situation being a Dalit. So he talked a lot. Still, there are many recordings we have. Right from the day one, we saw him theorizing Dalit theory, and for the first time, we are so fortunate that we saw a man, a philosopher, constructing a theory in front of our eyes. Because in the books we read the theories, but we don't know a man who actually construct a theory, a philosopher. So thank you very much, sir. One thing, just I wanted to know. I mean, there are many questions that were, but now it gets resolved whenever we talk to you. But today, I just wanted to know. Suppose, see, whether you follow a religion, a culture, every day we need some practice. Without that practice, no culture, no religion, no ideology, no persist. So, what should be a true Dalit culture that we should follow every day in our life? That is the one. And sir has one presupposition that the Dalit history is before the it is when we talk about the Jewish culture and Jewish history. So sir says that Dalit history is before the Jewish history. There is a legacy. So I just wanted to highlight. I just want Professor Karunyakara sir today to just highlight on this topic today. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Sudhir Jinde. Yes, you rightly said that we see the man who are creating and developing the theory, and we are glad that we are a part of it. Now I move to Smita, Dr. Smita Bhagat. Smita Bhagat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Akash. Wish you very, very happy birthday, sir, and happy Cultures Day to all of you. I was the student of Professor Karunyakara since 2009, and whatever I have today, just because of sir's inspiration and his guidance, his ideology. Actually, I'm so much impressed from him, and I just don't want to read him or listen him. Dr. Naresh have rightly said that we must accept his thoughts in our daily life, right? That means it's nothing like that to just watch him or listen him. We must accept his ideology, and we must spread it, right? And there is I have one query, sir, that there is newly one party formed, that is Cockroach Janta Party, and so many viewers of his, and his name is I think Abhijit. From Aurangabad. He belongs to Dalit community, and he took education in America, and now he is returned here. And rightly before 2 or 5 days before, he was in Nagpur at Diksha Bhumi, and at that time I just watched his one reel that he wore a desi feta blue color. So still he is took education from America. Still he was wearing such type of feta. So we can see there is need of, there is an eager need of cultural identity awareness in Dalit field. So this is I want your comment on this, sir. And there is one more question that some person says that Buddhism is first or Veda is first. Buddhism is first or Veda is first. Because some person says that whatever Buddha said, he criticized on Vedas, that means Brahminical ideology. So it is true. I want some clarification on it, sir. Once again, wish you happy birthday, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Smita. Now I request Dr. Darshana Meshram to please share some words with us. Dr. Darshana Meshram. Yeah. Now I request, might be she's. Now I request Shreyat, Mr. Shreyat.
थैंक यू आकाश, हैप्पी बर्थडे सर। आज बहुत खुशी का दिन है, और दो चूंकि नरेश सर ने काफी कुछ सर के व्यक्तित्व के बारे में बताया, लेकिन मैं वहां से शुरू करूंगा जहां से सर का मैंने नाम सुना। तो जब मैं बाबा साहब भीमराव अम्बेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी लखनऊ में गया, तब मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम सर का नाम सुना, और वहाँ के लोगों ने मुझे बताया कि सर बहुत बड़े स्कॉलर हैं, ब्रिलियंट स्कॉलर हैं, और दलित हिस्टोरियन हैं, और आप उनको जानते हैं कि नहीं? तो मैंने कहा नहीं, मैं उनको नहीं जानता हूँ, सर का नाम मैंने पहली बार सुना। तो मुझे लगा कि सर को सर के बारे में जानना चाहिए और समझना चाहिए। तो उसी समय एक हाई कोर्ट लखनऊ में जो बीबीओ का 50% रिजर्वेशन था, उसको लेकर वहाँ के कुछ प्रोफेसर ने तो पिटिशन किया हुआ था कि इसको जो ये रिजर्वेशन मिला है 50% SC ST को, उसको वापस लिया जाए। तो वहां पर हमारे एक कर्मचारी थे थंगराज सर, तो उन्होंने सर के बारे में मुझे बताया और फिर बताया सर कि सर ने यहाँ पर एक संगठन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए बना के गए हैं। तो मैंने पूछा उसका फाइल वगैरह कहाँ मिलेगा, तो उन्होंने बताया कि आप चले जाओ प्रोफेसर बीबी मलिक सर के पास, डॉक्यूमेंट वगैरह रखे हैं, फाइल वगैरह सारी चीजें, बायलॉज वगैरह भी रखा है उनके पास। तो मैं गया, फिर मैंने प्रोफेसर बीबी मलिक सर से वो बायलॉज लिया। वो संगठन का नाम था AUDSU, अम्बेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी दलित स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन। सर ने उसको 2000 वर्ष 2000 में बनाया था उसको। तो मैंने सारी चीजें पढ़ी, फिर बायलॉज पढ़ा और सब चीजें देखा, तो फिर मुझे लगा कि सर तो हम लोग जो सोचते हैं या फिर BBO के जो प्रोफेसर हैं, सर तो उनसे, उनका सर का लेवल तो उनसे बहुत आगे है। क्योंकि मुझे एक बात आज भी याद है और वो बात मेरे दिमाग में बिल्कुल बैठ गई थी कि सर ने बोला था कि जो संगठन है अम्बेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी दलित स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन, AUDSU उसको शॉर्ट फॉर्म में बोलते थे, तो सर ने बताया था कि जो संगठन है उसका जो मेंबरशिप कोई लेगा नहीं, वो दलित मेंबर अपने मतलब ऑर्गेनिक मेंबरशिप की सर ने बात किया था। तो मुझे लगा कि ये तो पहली मतलब ऐसी बात तो राजनीति में किसी ने किया ही नहीं था कि स्टूडेंट आ रहा है और उसकी मेंबरशिप जो ऑर्गेनिक हो। ये बात मुझे बहुत इम्प्रेस किया इस बात ने मुझे कि सर का जो सोचने का जो थॉट प्रोसेस है सर का बहुत आगे है। फिर मुझे लगा कि नहीं, सर से बात करना चाहिए या फिर सर के बारे में जानना चाहिए। तो और सर के बारे में जानने के लिए फिर मैं गोकर्ण प्रसाद जी वहां पर थे, रजिस्ट्रार, एकेडमिक रजिस्ट्रार आई थिंक थे उस समय। तो मैं उनसे गया तो सर के बारे में बहुत सारी बातें हुई। फिर और सब प्रोफेसर्स लोगों से, डिपार्टमेंट के भी जो प्रोफेसर थे सबसे पता चला सर के बारे में। और फिर 17 में सर के साथ फिर सर ने मुझे अवसर दिया PhD करने का सेंटर में वर्धा में। तो तब से मैं सर के साथ जुड़ा हुआ हूँ, सर को देख रहा हूँ, सर को फॉलो कर रहा हूँ और सर लगभग सर की जितनी भी बताई बातें हैं उसको फॉलो करने का प्रयास करता हूँ। सर ने इंटरकास्ट मैरिज के लिए कहा तो वो तो सर सॉरी हो नहीं पाया, क्योंकि वो जो मैंने लव मैरिज किया तो वो जो लड़की वो जो है वो तो मेरी कास्ट की थी, तो इस वजह से वो नहीं हो पाया। लेकिन और भी सर की चीजें जो है, सर की बातें हैं वो जो मैं फॉलो करने की कोशिश करता हूँ। सर ने बोला कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा सरकारी चीजों का इस्तेमाल करना है, तो मैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा चीजों को प्रेफरेंस देता हूँ, सरकारी चीजों का ही। सर की बात मान के फिर मैंने उस दिन से ही BSNL का सिम इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूँ, आज भी यूज कर रहा हूँ उसको। और बहुत सारी चीजें हैं अब चूंकि और सर को भी सुनना है और सबको सुनना है, तो इन्हीं सब बातों के साथ मैं अपनी बात को खत्म करता हूँ। सर को जन्मदिवस की बधाई और थैंक यू सर, आपने मुझे अवसर दिया और आपकी वजह से ही मैं उत्तर प्रदेश में इस समय असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर के रूप में सेवा दे रहा हूँ। और अपने क्लास में अपने बच्चों को आपके बारे में जरूर बताता हूँ कि आपकी बुक के बारे में बताता हूँ कि आप लोग पढ़िए इसको। अगर आप इतिहास को एक अलग नजरिए से देखना चाहते हैं, सबअल्टर्न पर्सपेक्टिव से, दलित पर्सपेक्टिव से देखना चाहते हैं, तो आपको सर के पास जाना होगा, सर की किताबों को पढ़ना होगा। थैंक यू सर। और सर मेरी वाइफ भी जुड़ी हुई हैं तो वो भी आपको विश करना चाहती हैं। थैंक यू सर, हैप्पी बर्थडे सर, थैंक यू, जय भीम सर।
ओके, थैंक यू।
आकाश एक मिनट बोल। हैप्पी बर्थडे।
Good evening, sir. Wish you a very happy birthday, sir.
Thank you. मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? Let's go. Let's go. So and now I request.
Thank you, Shreyat. Thank you, Shreyat and Mrs. Shreyat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
both of you. Thank you very much for greetings.
Now I request.
Thank you to all of you, those who have given greetings. Smita, Kiran, Naresh, Rakesh, and Akash. So far, you people have given the greetings. Thank you very much.
Now I request Shashikant Sambodhi to please share some words with us.
थैंक यू। सबसे पहले सर को जन्म दिवस की बहुत बहुत हार्दिक बधाई। अब मैं सर के सामने क्या ही बोलूं, मेरे तो कुछ समझ में आता नहीं है। बस मैं इतना कह सकता हूं कि सर के मार्गदर्शन में हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा है और सर के बारे में मैंने वाया राज सर के माध्यम से जाना था। तो मेरा एडमिशन होना था पीएचडी में, तो 2018 में मैंने अप्लाई किया था पीएचडी के लिए। तो किसी कारण से मैंने वो एग्ज़ाम दे नहीं पाया था, एग्ज़ाम नहीं हो पाया था। लेकिन तब से मैं सर के कॉन्टैक्ट में था, मतलब एज उनकी किताबों के माध्यम से। सर की उस समय एक बुक आई थी, पवित्र दलित करके बुक आई थी, तो उसको मैंने थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा था। तो हमने कहा था कि ये एक होते हैं ऑर्डिनरी पर्सन होते हैं दुनिया में, कुछ लोग होते हैं एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी पर्सन होते हैं। तो मुझे लगा कि कुछ तो बात है, क्योंकि एक जैसे जनसमाज में हम अपने आसपास देखते हैं तो उससे तो बहुत कुछ अलग है। तो उसके बाद मैं सर के संपर्क में आया, पीएचडी में इन्वॉल्वमेंट हुआ और धीरे धीरे मैंने सर को जाना। जब सर के पास मैं आया था तो कुछ चीज़ें तो मेरे दिमाग में बहुत स्पष्ट थी कि एक तो दलितों को बताया जाता है कि मारे गए, पीटे गए, गिराए गए, तड़पाए गए। ये सब मुझे इस नैरेटिव में मुझे बहुत कभी अच्छा नहीं लगा। मुझे लगा कि ये सबल्टन और नीचे ऊपर ये सब समझ नहीं आता था। तो एक डिग्निटी का भाव हमेशा था कि वी आर जो हम हैं सो हैं, अब क्या कर सकते हैं, उसको अपनी डिग्निटी के साथ जीना है। जब सर के पास गया तो वहां पर सर की डिफिनेशन बाकायदा बनी बनाई थी पूरी तरह से कि दलित कोई संस्कृत का वर्ड नहीं है। तो ये बहुत ही अमेजिंग बात लगी मुझे कि इस पर्सपेक्टिव से भी कोई सोच सकता है और इस पे काम कर सकता है। क्योंकि मोस्टली होता क्या है, जब तक मैंने अभी तक जो जीवन देखा है उसमें समझ में आता है कि लोग राजनीति की तरफ ही लोग देखते हैं कि एक बड़ा सा डंडा हो, उसमें झंडा हो, उसमें विधायक सांसद की सीट हो। अक्सर ऐसे लोग होते हैं जो इंटेलेक्चुअल अपने आप को कहते हैं और उनकी लाइन क्लियर होती है कि उनको उधर ही जाना है। लेकिन जो समाज को डीप डाउन होकर जो समझना चाहता है, उसको समझाना चाहता है लोगों को, तो ये एक कला सर के अंदर बहुत बेहतरीन लगी मुझे और सर के माध्यम से मैंने चीज़ों को समझा और देखा और मैं लगातार उसको सीख रहा हूँ और अपने आप को और बेहतर करने का प्रयास कर रहा हूँ। सर के माध्यम से जुड़ने से मेरे साथ एक चीज़ और बहुत बड़ी घटना हुई है, जो कि मुझे लगता था कि मुझे हमेशा से लगता है कि एक होता है ना कि एक सेल्फ एरोगेंस जिसको कह सकते हैं कि मैं जो चीज़ें समझ रहा हूँ और उसको कोई भी इंटेलेक्चुअल या प्रोफेसर या फिर कोई पॉलिटिशियन उसको मेरी आइडियोलॉजी को मोल्ड नहीं कर सकता कोई। कि मुझे लगता है कि मैं चीज़ों को बहुत ही फैक्चुअल रूप से समझने का प्रयास करता हूँ। लेकिन सर के संपर्क में आने से मुझे एक बात बहुत अच्छे समझ में आई कि दलित का मतलब केवल एक बुद्धिज्म के फोल्ड में जाने का ही मतलब नहीं है। दलित एक कैटलॉग के तरीके से है जिसमें दलित हिंदू भी है, दलित मुस्लिम भी है, दलित क्रिश्चियन भी है, दलित सिख भी है, दलित ईसाई भी है। ये एक्सेप्टेंस मुझे सर के अंडर में आने के बाद समझ में आई। ये फोर्सफुली एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है, जो कि एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन बात है। मैं धीरे धीरे चीज़ों को समझा हूँ कि ये बहुत ही टेक्निकल और बहुत ही इंटेलेक्चुअल एक समझ है कि आप अपने लोगों को अपने के भाव से उसको समझें। और जैसे अभी सिराज सर ने यूडीसी का वर्णन किया, मेरा अभी तक का ये मानना है कि सर के द्वारा अभी तक के इतिहास में एक जो इतिहास है वो बाकायदा लिखा जा चुका है, वो बीबीआईयू में एयूडीसी के नाम से अमर हो चुका है। वो संगठन कहीं जाने वाला नहीं है, सर की वो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी है। और बाकी दूसरे काम भी जो हैं सर के चल रहे हैं, दलित आइडिया, दलित आइडियोलॉजी, दलित कल्चर, दलित का ओरिजिन जो है उसको लेकर भी सर के काम है। लेकिन सबसे बड़ा काम जो मुझे अभी तक समझ में आता है कि एयूडीसी एक ऐसा, इसको संगठन भी नहीं कह सकते, वो एक इंस्टीट्यूशन है जिसमें एक अपने आप जैसे एक फैमिली इंस्टीट्यूशन होता है कि फैमिली में व्यक्ति पैदा होता है तो उसका सदस्य स्वयं बन जाता है। तो वो बहुत ही बेहतरीन बात है जो मुझे समझ में आई। अब रही बात क्वेश्चन की, मेरे दिमाग में सिर्फ एक ही क्वेश्चन आता है जिसको मैं अक्सर नहीं समझ पाता हूँ। एक जो सोशल वेलफेयर का जो सिस्टम है, जो कि कहते हैं कि बुद्धिज्म से जो चीज सोशल वेलफेयर निकल के आई कि फिलहाल जो कहते हैं कि मूर्ति पूजा का, सर की पीएचडी भी बुद्धिज्म पर है, तो शायद मैं सर के माध्यम से अच्छे समझ पाऊंगा कि बुद्धिज्म में मूर्ति पूजा की शुरुआत होती है और दान करने की जो सुविधा है, जो व्यवस्था है, वो बुद्धिज्म निकल के आती है, ताकि जो अमीर घराने के जो लोग हैं जिनके पास पैसा कौड़ी है, वो अपने संसाधनों को अपने पैसे के माध्यम से जिनके पास चीजें नहीं है उस तक पहुंचाई जा सके, सोशल वेलफेयर किया जा सके। बाबा साहब ने भी इस बात को दोहराया है, तो उन्होंने इस बारे में कहा है कि अपनी कमाई का 5% जो है वो खर्च करना चाहिए ताकि हम सोशल वेलफेयर कर सके, लोगों को अपने साथ लेकर चल सके, कोई पीछे ना छूट जाए हमारे समाज का। आज के जब हम नैरेटिव में जो चीजों को देखते हैं, बात तो सब करते हैं कि हमें पे बैक टू सोसाइटी करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए, ये होगा कैसे? क्योंकि ज़्यादातर जो लोग पढ़ते हैं, लिखते हैं, नौकरी करते हैं, कोई एकेडमिक्स में है, कोई टेक्निकल में है, कोई मेडिकल लाइन में है, सब अपनी-अपनी जगह पर सेट हो जाते हैं। लेकिन ये वेलफेयर वाला प्रोग्राम कहीं न कहीं छूट जाता है और किसी के पास भी इसका ठीक से जवाब है नहीं कि इसको कैसे इसको ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया जाएगा कि जैसे अक्सर लोग चिल्लाते हैं कि हमारे रिजर्वेशन को नुकसान हो रहा है, ये नुकसान हो रहा है, सरकार ये नुकसान कर रही। तो क्यों ना हो आप अपना स्वयं का इंस्टीट्यूशन खड़ा कीजिए, अपने स्वयं के डॉक्टर बनाइए, स्वयं के इंजीनियर बनाइए, स्वयं के प्रोफेसर बनाइए, स्वयं का इंस्टीट्यूशन खड़ा कीजिए। इस बारे में सोचने की ज़रूरत है और ये कैसे होगा, ये बड़ा सवाल है। यही चीज़ मैं सर से समझना चाहूँगा। सर, थैंक यू एंड वेरी हैप्पी बर्थडे सर।
Thank you, Sashikant. Now I request Ms. Suhas to please share some words with us. Ms. Suhas.
आकाश, मेरा भी नाम लेना।
आपका नाम लिया था, अभी फिर से लेता हूँ।
मैम का hello, very good afternoon everyone. Good evening sir, and I wish you very happy birthday today sir. We are really missing that celebration of yours. I just remember the celebration we used to have in Wardha, so I'm missing that. I wish you a lot. May you have a very blessed year ahead, and I hope to meet you soon. And my question is in the chat box. This small little one is not letting me to talk. So, sir, please, Akash, please, the question. Yeah. Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday so much.
Our question is, sir, why Dr. Ambedkar is appropriated today and why? That's our question. So, now I request Dr. Darshana Mishram.
थैंक यू आकाश। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सर को जन्मदिन की बहुत ढेर सारी बहुत बधाई। और सर जल्दी से अपनी जो पहले जैसे जो ड्यूटी है वहाँ ज्वाइन करे वैसे ही, तो यही दुआ है कि सर जल्दी से आए। और मैं जो सर बताते हैं, मैं 2011 से जुड़ी हूँ सर से। मैं सर की स्टूडेंट रही हूँ 2011 से पीएचडी खत्म होने तक, और मेरे का मार्गदर्शन रहे हैं। तो मैं दलित कल्चर के बारे में जो भी प्रोग्राम हुए हैं अब तक के, तो थोड़ा मैं भी जान गई हूँ कि क्या कौन सा कल्चर है, क्या है। तो उसके बारे में जैसे मैंने रिसर्च किया है हेल्थ एंड न्यूट्रिशन पर। तो जैसे कि फूड है कि जो हमारा कल्चर है फूड, तो उसको आज भी समाज में अच्छा नहीं समझा जाता है कि कोई जो भी चिकन मटन खाता है तो उसको अलग ही नजर से देखते हैं, लेकिन वो खाने की चीज है, लेकिन लोग धर्म के दृष्टि से देखते हैं। मुझे क्वेश्चन भी पूछा गया था इंटरव्यू में। तो और भी जब मैंने फील्ड वर्क में जब मैं गई थी, तो जहाँ आंगनवाड़ी होती है वहाँ जो महिलाएं आई थी चेकअप के लिए, प्रेग्नेंट महिलाएं थी, तो जो नर्स डॉक्टर थी तो उनका जो उंगली से ब्लड निकाल रही थी, तो एक महिला का ब्लड निकल नहीं रहा था। 2 बार उसको निकाला फिर भी नहीं निकल रहा था। तो उसने उसको डांटा कि आप खाती पीती नहीं क्या? तो वो बोले कि हरी सब्जियां खाओ कुछ। तो एक डॉक्टर बोला कि चिकन मटन भी खाते जाओ। तो मैंने बोला कि आजकल तो ब्राह्मण भी खाते हैं। मैंने ऐसे ही नहीं कहा था, क्योंकि जो मेरे अंकल के घर में जो ब्राह्मण रेंज से रहते थे वो चिकन मटन खाते थे, इसलिए मैंने बोला कि ठीक है ब्राह्मण भी खाते हैं। तो वहाँ जो बैठे थे जो डॉक्टर, तो वो बोले कि हंसकर बोले कि मैं भी ब्राह्मण हूँ और मैं भी चिकन मटन खाता हूँ। तो मैंने उस समय ये सोचा था कि नहीं, कुछ ब्राह्मण वैसे भी होते हैं कि सिर्फ खाने की दृष्टि से मीट को देखते हैं, न कि किस धर्म की दृष्टि से। तो ये चीज है कि मतलब थोड़ा सर से जुड़ने से थोड़ा चेंज आता रहा है मुझ में भी, क्योंकि मैं भी वो जो फूड है हमारा वो भी मैं भी नहीं करती, क्योंकि घर में 2 तरह के लोग थे, वो खाते नहीं थे और कुछ लोग खाते थे। तो इस तरह से मैं भी थोड़ा मतलब खाने लगी थी। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन सर ये है कि आप दलित कल्चर के बारे में थोड़ा और बताइए, स्पेशली और दलित महिला के जो कल्चर है, दलित महिला कल्चर, उसके बारे में बताइए कि आज जो आपने जो बताया है कि जो ड्रेस कल्चर, तो हम जिस व्यवस्था में रहते हैं, मतलब पढ़ाते हैं, तो वहाँ वो ड्रेस कल्चर मतलब साड़ी है, साड़ी पहन के जाते हैं, तो मतलब वो हम वो फॉलो नहीं कर सकते हैं क्योंकि वो किस व्यवस्था के कुछ रूल्स होते हैं। तो सर उसके लिए सॉरी सर। और आप बताइए सर वुमन कल्चर के बारे में। थैंक यू सर। फिर से सर को जन्मदिन की ढेर सारी बधाइयाँ।
Thank you, Dr. Darshana, for sharing us a very empirical data or empirical incident with us. Because we read it in the Kanchalya also said Dalitization of Brahmins are happening in India. So you give us a very empirical data incident on it. Now I move toward, I know the Vijay Kumre is here, but he is also recording at this moment. So Vijay, if you are comfortable, please go ahead, or I'll move ahead. Okay, we will go toward Mukul Baisare.
Yes, thank you. So, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. First of all, wish you a very happy birthday, sir. And it's nice to meeting all of you again. That we know that it is not possible to meet each and everyone in person, but due to such lectures, and now today is a very special occasion, Dalit Cultural Day. That today we are meeting, online. So we used to meet in person, but it is a pleasure that we are meeting again. So it's thank you very much, sir, to shaping us. So whenever and wherever we go, so we have our clarity, thought clarity, and the culture which we needed that we have because of you. So you trained so fantastically, and I think that. After 12th, I landed on a great place where Karunyakara sir was there, and my senior, I also got a very good seniors and who helped me and who introduced me with you. So I just want to thank you, my seniors. I heard them, and again I'm feeling that energy when we were attending your trainings. So today also feeling the same energy, same enthusiasm, and I love to attend your training in future as well in person if it is possible, because it's give new ideas, new way of thinking, and how we can do differently than others, and how we can stand by ourselves and for others as well with the thought clarity. So thank you very much once again. Wish you a very very happy birthday to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mukul. And we are continuously churning with this Dalit idea on Saturday. And you also participated it many times. I request you to be a part regularly, so you will be continuously in touch with us, all of us. And really, we today are really missing the celebration which we did many years continuously. And because of all the peoples are in different places right now, and we are not able to do that kind of a celebration, the whole day celebration. I really miss that celebration. So now there is a Priyanka. If you want to say something, so please go ahead, Priyanka. Okay. So there is Puneet also. If he want to say something, so please go ahead. Or if you want to ask some question, please raise your hand. We are going to involve your questions in coming during the session. So I request Professor Karunyakara sir to please respond on the question what he did, and meanwhile, if we get some other questions, we will accommodate in today's session.
At the outset, I thank you, all of you, for wonderful greetings you have extended to me on the occasion of my birthday. I am very pleased and felt pleasure that is being celebrated as a Dalit Cultural Day for so many years. So Shalom, Jai Bhim to everyone. Good evening. It's a wonderful gathering once again with all of you on this a great occasion of Dalit Cultural Day. Wish you happy Dalit Indian Cultural Day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So let me start giving answers to a few questions raised by our participants. The first one is Dr. Rakesh Pakliyal. He is an assistant professor of Dalit and Tribal Studies Center in the Mahatma Gandhi Antarashtra Hindi Vishwavidyalaya Central University. His first question is, can caste be annihilated? It's very, it's a very pertinent question raised by Ambedkar long back in 1936. That's what we are discussing. Dr. Rakesh, when you look at caste as a practical way, when you approach the issue of caste in a practical way, caste as an ideology of discrimination, yes, we can destroy it. We can annihilate caste. We can destroy the caste. Caste as an ideology of discrimination. Caste as a system of discrimination. Yes, we can destroy it, we can annihilate it. But the problem here is caste works primarily as a social identity. When it is a social identity, there is a difficulty to discard it. You can destroy it as a social ideology. But as a social identity, discarding it is a difficult one. Why? Because when caste becomes a primary identity of a person, when a caste becomes a primary social identity of a person in a society, then it's very, very difficult to discard that identity. You can dismantle caste system. You can destroy the caste ideology. You can annihilate the casteism. But as a primary social identity, it is a very, very impossible to destroy the caste. Why? Because you need to replace one social identity with another social identity. What should be another social identity to replace the caste, which is a primary social identity in Indian society? Unless you replace this primary social identity with another social identity, you cannot discard the primary social identity, because without social identity, you cannot be a part of a society. Man is a social being. Being a part of society, you need to have social identity. Your name is your personal identity. Akash, Shashikant, Smita, Shreyat, Sudhir, Darshana, Vijay, these are all your personal identities. Can you survive for even a minute without your personal identity? You can't. You can't. You need to have a personal identity. That is the reason when you born from the womb of your mother, the first thing hospital administrative staff does that to give a name to you. It's not that your mother gives a name, your parents give to you a name. It is the hospital staff that gives a name to you. Baby of your mother name. You understand that? When you born, you are called with a baby of your mother name. Why immediately? Even before taking you out of your mother, even before making you the first bathing of a baby, the hospital administration immediately notes down that the minute you born, immediately they note down your name on the register with the timing of the birth. So the hospital administration gives you baby of so-and-so, the mother name, baby of so-and-so. Your mother name is there. That is your personal name. Why? Because without personal name, you don't have personal identity. Without personal identity, you don't have personal life. After your personal identity, the next important thing is that you enter into a society. When you enter into a society, then you need to have a social identity. Personal identity you got the time you born. Social identity you get the time you enter into the society. And without society you cannot survive, because man is a social being. So what is your social identity? In Indian society, caste is a social identity. That is the reason why it is highly difficult to discard the caste. You can fight against the casteism. You can fight against the caste as an ideology. You can fight against the caste as a system of discrimination. Higher caste, lower caste. You can fight against it. Because those things based on an ideology of discrimination. The system of caste, in terms of hierarchy, higher caste and lower caste, superior caste, inferior caste, that you can fight. You can destroy it, you can annihilate it, you can dismantle it, because it's an ideology of a discrimination. But when identity is a social, it's a primary, how can you dismantle? Once you dismantle your social identity, that is your caste identity, you are nothing in the society. You have lost everything. Without your personal name, you have no personal identity. Same way, without your caste name, you are no one in the caste society. You must have a social identity, and caste is your social identity. So here, if you don't want a caste as your social identity, you need to replace it with another social identity. What many people are doing mistakenly, with a wrong understanding of the system of social identity, what they are doing, they are replacing the social identity with the religious identity. You don't want to call yourself Mahar, you want to call Buddhist. Here the problem is that Mahar is a social identity. Buddhist is a religious identity. How could you replace a social identity with a religious identity, which you can't? Religious identity works only in a religious society. But man is not always religious. Sometimes he is a non-religious also. You are a religious in a Buddha Vihar, but outside the Buddha Vihar, you are not a religious. You have to operate many things. You have to exist yourself in a society in terms of a social being, not a religious being. My point is that if you don't want your social identity, that is primarily a caste identity, you need to replace that social identity with another social identity. You need to replace the caste identity with another social identity, not a religious identity. Mala, Madiga can't be replaced by Christian identity or Buddhist identity or Hindu identity also. Nowadays, many people say that I am not a Chamar, I am not a Mahar, I am Hindu. Some people say like that. Or some people say I am not Chamar, I am not Mahar, I am a Buddhist. Or some people say that I am not Chamar, I am not Mahar, I am a Christian. It is a foolishness to say this. Why? Because you are artificially imposing religious identity over the social identity, which is not going to be workable. Why? Because religious identity requires in a religious society. Social identity requires in a society. And society is a primarily social, not religious. Religion is a secondary. So this is where we can annihilate the caste. Otherwise, you can't annihilate the caste. Caste is everywhere. Whichever side you look, like a cancer, like a virus, caste stands in front of you. Because your strategy is wrong. Your strategy to annihilate the caste is wrong. You are trying to annihilate the caste with a religious identity. It's wrong. If you do that, caste never going to be annihilated. You can reduce the caste discrimination. But caste as a social identity, you cannot annihilate. Even if you say 100 times that you are a Buddhist, some or other time you feel that you are a Mahar, you are a Chamar. Why? Because Mahar, Chamar are to do with the society. They are social identities. And being a social being, you have to have a social identity. You have to have a caste identity. Your religion identity not going to replace it. So what should be then replacement? What should replace? What should replace a caste identity? Caste identity can be replaced by only an identity of race, because race is a social identity. Dalit is a race, in an identity of race. You can replace Mahar. You can destroy the identity of Mahar. You can destroy the identity of Chamar with an identity of Dalit. But you cannot destroy the identity of caste, Mahar, Chamar, with the Buddhist identity or Christian identity or Hindu identity or Sikh identity. Any religious identity cannot replace a social identity, cannot replace a caste identity. Only a race identity. A Dalit identity can replace caste identity. So that is my answer to the first one. The second one, Dr. Kiran asked that why Ambedkar embraced Buddhism when he attended church in USA and read and voracious reader of the Bible. Yeah, that's true. Ambedkar read one, if at all there is any single religious scripture which he not only read, used for his own personal emotions, that is the Bible. There is no doubt in it. When his son Raja Ratan was dead, whom he loved like anything, he wrote that, my beautiful son. When he died, he cried like anything, cried. He was not even having a money to buy some white cloth to take a dead body to the cremation ground. So as per the tradition of at that time, a father supposed to have a new white cloth, which he was not having money to buy. And that he died, the child died in his own hands. After that, he wrote a letter to someone. In that he quoted Bible. A person, when he was so much of grief, lost his own son, youngest small child, whom he loved a lot, he lost. In that emotion, he quoted Bible. not any other book. So he used the Bible spiritualism, which consists of the Hebrew spiritualism. Ambedkar many times claimed that he is like a Moses. So here Bible, don't mistake that it's only meant for the Christian religion. Here the Bible basically primarily meant to the Hebrew religion. Christianity comes secondary. So Ambedkar was very much influenced by the Bible spiritualism. There is no doubt in it. But why he embraced Buddhism? That's the question here. He embraced Buddhism for the simple reason that he found in Buddhism one important thing, because just because of Buddhism born in India, it is able to say directly that Buddha said directly he is against the caste. He questioned the faith in Vedas, which Mr. Smita also asked. Buddha was first or Veda was first? Of course, Vedas were the first one, books. That's why Buddha able to question it. Buddha comes later. Vedas were written even before the Buddha was born. So Buddha questioned the Vedas. That's why Buddhism directly attacked the faith in the Vedas. Of course, Christianity doesn't believe in the caste. Islam doesn't believe in the caste. But the question is that Sikhism, at one point of time, Ambedkar impressed with the Sikhism. Ambedkar about to become a Sikh, about to embrace the Sikh religion. He after declaring that he don't want to die as a Hindu, the first religion which attracted to Ambedkar was a Sikh religion to embrace. But however, he found caste discrimination within the society of the Sikh people. Then he thought that he can reconstruct a Buddhist society. So here he is having a freedom to interpret the Buddhism in his own way. So he wrote a book, The Buddha and His Dhamma. So if he embraced the Christianity, he can't interpret the Christian Bible in terms of directly attacking the Vedas, directly questioning the Brahmin superiority, directly questioning the system of Varna and caste. But where Buddhism can provide him that space. Why? Because Buddha himself took that agenda. And Buddhism, since Buddhism was not institutionally not that much strong at the time of Ambedkar, it was almost destroyed by the enemies of Buddhism in ancient India. And we know who are they. The enemies of Buddhism in ancient India were it was the Brahminical Hindus. They destroyed the Buddhism. Plenty of evidences you can find in ancient history. So given all these things, apart from that, he found French philosophy, liberty, equality, and fraternity in terms of social philosophy in Buddhism. He called it Prajna, Karuna, Maitri, which he called. So these things, he got very much, attracted to Buddhism. Here, the point which we need to remember that just because of Ambedkar embraced Buddhism, don't put Buddhism and Christianity in a kind of competitive mode. If embracing Buddhism doesn't mean that opposing the Christianity, or opposing the Christianity doesn't mean that embracing Buddhism. Here Ambedkar embraced Buddhism in the context of opposing Brahminical Hinduism. Try to understand this. Here Ambedkar opposed Buddhism against the Varna system. Here Ambedkar opposed Buddhism against the caste system. Here Ambedkar opposed Buddhism against the Brahminical social supremacy. social hegemony. So embracing Buddhism need to be celebrated by even Dalit Christians. Dalit Christians should embrace, should celebrate Ambedkar embracing the Buddhism. Many Dalit Christians who are misdirected, misguided by the non-Dalits. They think that since Ambedkar embraced Buddhism, that's why Ambedkar is nothing to do with the Christianity. No, it's not like that. He was very much influenced by the biblical spiritualism. Dhananjay Keer, at one point, somewhere he says in his own book, stating that Ambedkar said he was very much influenced by two thinkers in the history. One is Buddha, another one is Jesus. You can read in Dhananjay Keer's Dhananjay Keer's book on Ambedkar, Life and Mission. The problem comes here when you put Buddhism and Christianity as a competing religions. Who want to be Buddhist, who want to be Christian? There the problem comes, which Ambedkar never did it. It is unfortunately some misguided Ambedkarites are doing. Misguided Ambedkarite Christians, misguided Ambedkarite Buddhists. They are Dalits. Misguided Ambedkarite Dalit Christians, misguided Ambedkarite Dalit Buddhists. They are putting the Buddhism and Christianity on a competing pedestal. No, we should not. Dalit Buddhists should celebrate Dalit Christians. Dalit Christians should celebrate Dalit Buddhists. That's what I'm talking. Now, another question is that what is Dalit culture? Yes, I already said many times what is Dalit culture. 5 fingers you take. Look at Ambedkar statue. Take your 5 fingers. Look at the Ambedkar statue. You find Ambedkar. The first one is that head culture. Free. Open. Head is not crushed with any topi. No cap. Head culture includes forehead. No any mark on the forehead. Ambedkar never put any mark. Some Ambedkarite Dalit Buddhists want to put blue mark or yellow mark. They are free to do it. They are free to do it. Culture evolves. If they find it, that is important. If that's their culture, there's nothing wrong in it. I appreciate them. They're trying to evolve. But that's not Ambedkar. Never use such culture. If any Dalit Ambedkarite Buddhists want to put blue tilak or yellow tilak on their forehead, they can do it. I'm not here to say that no, they should not. No, I'm a liberal progressive Ambedkarite. So I never say that one should not do it. They can do it. But we should not say that Ambedkar did it. No, Ambedkar never did it. Ambedkarite Dalit culture is a free forehead. Free forehead means nothing. Free thinking. Open-minded. Open-minded. Don't put anything. It's open-minded. Ambedkar never put whether it's a blue, whether it's a yellow or any color on his forehead. No religious cap or no social caps. No Gandhian cap or any kind of, no Maharashtrian cap. Ambedkar never put it. Ambedkar was born in Maharashtra, but Ambedkar never put the Maharashtrian cap as his culture. Ambedkar, because that is the reason Ambedkar is a universal personality. So when you talk about Dalit, what is a Dalit culture? That is a Dalit Ambedkarite culture or Ambedkarite Dalit culture. I said that five aspects of Dalit Ambedkarite Dalit culture. Head culture. Then you are talking about spoken culture, language culture, English. English should be. My dream is that one day whole Dalit society speaks in English. I suggest that to encourage Dalit society to speak in English, every Dalit boy should marry English-speaking Dalit girl. Why? When you marry English-speaking Dalit girl, what is the mother tongue of your child? Tell me. When your wife speaks in English, what is the mother tongue of your child? Your child says that my mother tongue is English. Your son says that my mother tongue is English. Your daughter says that my mother tongue is English. That is the reason why I say that to make Dalit society as an English-speaking society, every Dalit boy should marry English-speaking Dalit girl. That's the first condition. If you want to make caste neutral, annihilation of caste, you want to construct Dalit society, then second condition is that you must marry any Dalit girl out of your caste. These two things you try to do, within 20 years, Dalit society will be competing with the American white society, not with any other people. It is competing with the American white society in terms of talent and merit. Dr. Naresh not posed any question. Dr. Sudhir, what should everyday Dalit culture? What should be everyday Dalit culture? Yes, that's what, everyday Dalit culture. Ambedkar. See, to make everyday Dalit culture, that's what, we need to have our own Dalit society. We need to have our own Dalit society. Let us rebuild our Dalit society. We are at such a historical point where we need to rebuild our society. Our society got scrambled, it's dismantled like anything. We don't have society. That's why we operate as a Mahar, as a Chamar, as a Mala, Madhika, or as a Buddhist, as a Christian, or as a Maharashtrian, as a Hindi speaking, as a Tamilian, as a Telugu guy, as a Kannadiga, as a Gujarati, because we don't have society. We need to build our society, Dalit society. Then there would be very easy to follow our everyday Dalit culture. So when I talk about this everyday Dalit culture and Dr. Kiran's what is Dalit culture, so more or less the same question. So I'm talking about that language culture. Now then it comes to dress culture. Look at me. This is the dress culture I adopted not from America. This is the dress culture: suit, coat, suit, tie. This is not from America. I have adopted. Not from Europe. I adopted this dress culture, this suit boot dress culture from Dr. Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar. If you are a true Ambedkarite, if you are a true Ambedkarite Dalit, if you are a true Ambedkarite Dalit Buddhist, if you are a true Ambedkarite Dalit Christian, you must adopt Ambedkar Dalit culture. Ambedkar Dalit culture means no cap, free of forehead, free thinking, free mind. Speaking in English, wearing the suit boot. Next comes food culture. Ambedkar was born in a Mahar community. That community was historically a beef eaters. Why I'm quoting this? Because this is a historical fact. If I say that Ambedkar was eating beef and you people doubt at me, instead of that, as being a historian, I'm putting like this. If you look at the history of the Mahars, a caste within the Dalit race, it is a beef-eating community throughout the history. That's why Ambedkar told Mahars not to eat the meat of the dead cow or dead buffalo. I belong to a Mala community from Andhra Pradesh. For you people, kind information, the first food which I tasted as a child, it was a beef. What can I do? That was a basic food for malas in those days. The same case with the Mahars. So how could I say that Ambedkar was not eating the meat or beef? It's historically wrong. Again, you refer to Dhananjay Keer book, Ambedkar Life and Mission. There at one page, he says that Keer writes that Ambedkar, when some people, some young guys, students, came from the village to the Bombay, where Ambedkar was, staying. So Ambedkar told Ramabai Ambedkar, Ramabai Ambedkar, I'll go and bring meat. The children came from the village. Some other guys, village guys, not his own children, village guys who came to Mumbai to see for some other purpose. So when they visited Ambedkar, Ambedkar wants to bring a meat for them. So still we could say that Ambedkar was not eating meat. Ambedkar was born in a Mahar community. That is a historically proved fact that that community engaged with eating a beef. These are the historical facts. You see, if you look at the food with the religion, Brahminical religion, then you have a hesitation to say the historical facts. If you look at the food as a social culture, nothing to do with the Brahminical religion. You see, there is only one religion that objects the eating meat, that's a Brahminical religion. Apart from Brahminical religion, another one is Jainism. Some misguided people think that Buddhism forbids the meat eat. No. Gautam Buddha forbids killing the animals in the name of sacrifices, religious sacrifices, yagyas in the ancient period. He forbade killing the animals in the name of religion. But he never said that don't eat meat. His own Buddhist monks, they go to the villages to collect the food. Whatever the food you have given, Buddhist monks, they don't kill the animals. But if you give the meat, they will take it and eat it. Read the Buddhist history. Buddhist monks in ancient India, they collect whatever the food given by the people. And meat is included in it. Today you look at the Buddhist countries. Look at any Buddhist country. Even Christian countries don't eat, Christian nations, Christian people don't eat meat of many animals. But look at the Buddhist countries. Japan, Thailand, Taiwan. Look at the Southeast Asian countries. Most of them are Buddhist countries. They eat meat of many number of animals, variety of animals. Even you don't find in the Christian societies. In fact, Christian society eats only beef, mutton, chicken, these things only. But Buddhist countries, you go to Japan, you can find variety meats. Go to Taiwan, go to Thailand, these are all Buddhist countries. So it is a misguided notion that Buddhists don't eat meat. It's a misguided notion. It's a misguided notion. I think the Brahminical culture is impacting this misguided people, this misguided Dalits, Buddhists, Dalit Buddhists. If you don't want meat, don't eat it. It's your personal choice. But don't say that that's a Buddhist culture. Prove it. If you say that that's a Buddhist culture, then prove it. Then they say that Panchashil. It is interpreted because you don't want to eat meat. It's not like that. Anyhow, that's food culture. Next, what else? Head culture, language culture, that's a spoken culture, then food culture, dress culture, food culture, greeting culture. When you greet it, It's a Brahminical culture to greet each other namaste. If you read Annihilation of Caste, written by Ambedkar, there he clearly states that namaskar, namaste, namaskar. This is a Brahminical greeting. He clearly writes. When Ambedkar himself is writing that namaskaram, namaste, these are all Brahminical greetings. It's a Brahminical culture. Since Brahmins are dominant community, though it's a minority, socially it's a minority, but it's a very dominant culture, dominant society, dominant community. It's a very dominant race in Indian society. Because it's a dominant race, naturally it hegemonizes its own culture. So that's why people think that namaskar, namaste, these are all a general greeting. No. Even if it is a general greeting today, but the roots of birth of that greeting is in the Brahminical culture. You can read Ambedkar's Annihilation of Caste. Then now if it is a Brahminical greeting, namaste, namaskar, then what should be the Dalit greeting? We'll take Ambedkar. Ambedkar is a Ambedkar adopted universal culture. Shake hand is a universal culture. And we are told that we are untouchables. Our culture should be shake hand. Why? Because we want to shake hand. We want to touch. This shake hand breaks the untouchability. When you say namaste means the other person also at a 1 kilometer distance, he'll also say namaste. Then you never going to touch him. He never going to touch you. That untouchability happily survives in the culture of namaste. But if you adopt greeting culture, shake hand as your greeting culture, then untouchability will be broken. So at the same time, shake hand is a universal culture. So these are the 5 important cultural traits of Ambedkarite Dalit culture. So that could be, Mr. Sudhir, that could be what everyday Dalit culture also. Rest of other things, I tell you in one word, what should be an everyday Dalit culture? Everyday Dalit culture is a culture of principles, not a culture of rules. If you rule, you can break it. Rule can be implemented only by the law. If you break the law, you are punished. Principles are intellectual. Dalit society basically an intellectual society. That is the reason Dalit society is forced not to enter into the knowledge, not to learn the knowledge, because Dalit society is the only society that can challenge another intellectual society, that is Brahmin society. That is the reason Dalits are made untouchables. Dalits are made not to learn. Dalits society is an intellectual society. Because of that reason, Dalit culture is a culture of principles, not a culture of rules. Look at the Brahmin society. Look at the Brahmin culture. Brahmin society is full of rules. Brahmin culture is full of rules. You should do that. You should not do that. If you do this, if you break this rule, you will be punished. Look at the Manusmriti. It's full of rules and regulations. So Brahmin culture is a culture of rules. Dalit culture is a culture of principles, because Dalit culture is a true sense an intellectual culture. Intellectual culture is a culture of principles, not a principle of rules. That's why Brahmin culture, though Brahmin society is being regarded as an intellectual society, in terms of principles, there is no principles in Brahminical culture. There are only rules. That's why Brahmin culture can't be called, Brahmin society can't be called intellectual culture or intellectual society. The true intellectual society in India is Dalit society. The true intellectual race is Dalit race. A true intellectual culture is Dalit culture, because it is a culture of principles. It's a society of principles. It's a race of principles. And principles are universal. Principles are universal. Same principle you can find everywhere. Then only it's universal. And Dalit culture you can find everywhere. You can find in America also. You can find in Africa also. You can find in India also. You can find anywhere Dalit culture. Because Dalit culture is based on universal principles. That's the answer to Dr. Sudhir. why Dalit history pre-Jewish? It's a history one. Pre-Jewish in the sense that, so I am writing this, history of Dalit identity I wrote. Dalit history I'm writing, where I could explain very clearly this thing. However, since the question is there, I just give one sentence answer here. I'll elaborate it in my book, or some other time I'll explain it clearly. How Dalit history is a pre-Jewish history. Of course, it's a pre-Jewish because Dalit word originally is a Hebrew word. It's not a Sanskrit word. Even today, Dalit word is not used in any Sanskrit literature. That's the one. Explanation of this statement, some other time we discuss when we discuss about the history of Dalit identity. The first thing is Dalit is a identity born in a Hebrew culture. It's a Hebrew word. Hence, Dalit race, Dalit identity as a social identity, as a identity of race, has a roots in a Hebrew history and Hebrew culture. Which is a pre-Jewish. Hebrew language didn't start with the Jews only. Hebrew is a pre-Jewish language. Even before Jews, Hebrews became Jews, or Jews became Hebrews became Israelites, and Israelites became Jews. So Jews, earlier identity of Jews was Israelites. Earlier identity was Israelites was Hebrews. Dalits were Hebrews. Because the word Dalit is a Hebrew word. Not only that, we are called untouchable, aspirations in Sanskrit. This Sanskrit word aspirations actually coined by the Aryans. When they came in contact with the Dalits in India in ancient period, they looked at the Dalits because Dalits believed in, they didn't say untouchable to Adivasi, they didn't say untouchable to Shudra. These are the two non-Aryans in India. When the Aryans came to India, Aryans, Brahmin, Kshatriya and Vaishya, these are all Aryan races. Non-Aryan races, Dravidian race, Shudra. Shudra was a Dravidian race. Adivasi is a African, Indo-African. Dalits, Indo-Semitic. How? That is the reason why Dalits were made untouchables. That's what called untouchable. Because Dalits culture was the only culture that's never in any way touching the Aryan culture. Aryans were the natural worshippers. They worship nature. Though Dravidians culture is different, their gods are different. African Adivasi, Indo-Africans, the Adivasi, their culture is different, their gods are different. Aryans, Indo-Aryans, their culture is different, their gods are different. There's one common thing between all these people, that is what? Animism. They worship nature. They believe that nature is the God. Only Dalits, being a Semites, they believe that God created nature. Nature is not God. God created nature. Since Dalits are entirely different, they are Semites. They don't believe in this animism. Aryans found only Dalits are different from them. Not only different from, they are different from Dravidians, they are different from Adivasi. That is why they called Dalits aspirations, untouched by. It was not a negative, it was a positive thing. In the beginning, it's a proud. We must be proud that we were untouchables in ancient period. Why? We were not untouched, we were not touched by the Aryan culture. That's why Aryans themselves called us as an aspirations. The term aspirations might have born from a term asprashad. This asprashad was the Hebrew patriarch. So we Dalits, we can infer the meaning that we Dalits belong to this asprashad, who is our patriarch. From that East Asian world, we migrated to India after Adivasi, before Dravidians migrated. Anyhow, this is actually thesis I'm building in my book. What I'm trying to say that this is what holds to argue that Dalits have a pre-Jewish history. Next, Dr. Smita, Dipke dress. I don't understand what exactly she wanted to say. He was having some blue or something like that. If he was having a blue, what is the problem in it? There's nothing problem. Blue is the color of it's a Dalit culture. Blue and white. That's what Hebrew culture also, blue and white. Blue and white. Look at the Sudhir Jinde having this screen also you can find that star, Hebrew star, Dalit star. So Hebrew and white and blue. It's a so that's what. If that's the one thing, and Buddha first or Veda first, which I answered, of course Vedas were first. Buddha, that's why Buddha criticized the Vedas. Then Shashikant, how to implement payback to society? Shashikant, when we were asking this question, it's a very good question, Mr. Shashikant. How to implement payback to society? How to execute it? Actually, Manivar Kanshiram propagated this concept of payback to society. He, popularized. Actually, it was there during Ambedkar times. It was there, in many societies. This payback to society, actually the roots of this culture lies in the Hebrew. If you go to the Hebrew culture, it is said that 10% of your income should be given to society. Society here means to God. 10% of your income should be given to God. God means here society. That Hebrew society. This payback to society was there as a part of their spiritual culture. Ambedkar, taking the inspiration from this Hebrew spiritualism, Ambedkar said that 5%, because Dalits were very poor. If you are earning 100 rupees, if Ambedkar as it is takes from the Hebrew culture and says that you give 10%, then Dalit people can't give Dalit people can't give 10 rupees, 10%. So Ambedkar reduced it 5%. Means 20th of your income. Ambedkar says 20th of your income. 20th of your income means 5%. Many people think that 20th of your income means 20%. 20% if you give it, you will be nowhere. Then if you are giving out 100 rupees you are earning per day, you are giving 20 rupees to society, 30 rupees to government, taxes 30 rupees, 50 rupees gone. So Ambedkar taking the inspiration from the Hebrew spiritualism. In Hebrew culture, it's a 10% you have to give to society. So Ambedkar said that since my people are very poor, so 10% is too big for them. So let us there be 5%. Then Ambedkar said 20th of your income. Now question is, Shashikant, when you said that how to implement it, Hebrew society says that it's a spiritual. Ambedkar said it's a social. When it is social, then you don't implement. It's up to you. Then human is by nature a sinner. Human nature is a sin. He always commits a sin. He's selfish. Hebrew culture says that man is born sinner. Hebrew culture says man is a born sinner. Though God created a man, but man is a sinner by culture. Sinner by culture is his attitude. That's why God says that believe in God's culture. You will be out of the sin. Because of the sin, what human always selfish. He will not give this 5% also, even if Ambedkar said. That is the reason why we are unable to get the payback society successfully. Manvar Kansham popularized it politically. And those who are politically related to Manvar Kansham, he gave more than 5% people gave. The question here, when you ask me, my problem is that where is the society? Shashikant, you raise the question, sir, how to implement a concept of payback to society? My question to you is that where is the society? Where is the society? Which society you are talking? Manvar Kanshiram society is a political society. Manvar Kanshiram society was a political society. He was asking you to give payback to society. He was talking to Bhujan society, which was a political concept, political society. So you have given money to Manvar Kanshiram. It means you are given money to a political society. Ambedkar said that at least give 5% to the society. So Ambedkar was trying to construct Akhila Bharatiya Dalit Federation. That was also again a political. The question is that where is the society? Which society you are talking? Are you talking about Buddhist society in which Brahmin also there, Brahmin Buddhist? Are you talking about Christian society? Brahmin Christians also there? Which society you are talking? Are you talking Chamar society?
Sir,
In which only Chamars are there? No, I'm not questioning you. I'm explaining the answer. You're talking about Chamar society in which only Chamars are there. You're talking about Mahar society, only Mahars are there. We are talking about Dalit society. Where is Dalit society? Nowhere. To construct Dalit society, first you have to accept the Dalit identity. To accept the Dalit identity, you need to give a positive definition to the Dalit identity. To give a positive definition to the Dalit identity, you can't give just like that, like cinema dialogue, some positive decision. You can't, positive definition, like a political statement or a cinema statement. You have to, that definition has to be rooted in the history. That's what my book says. History of Dalit Identity. Understand? So let us first construct a Dalit society. Then we talk about payback to society. When there is no society, where is the question of paying back to society? No, I don't mean that, till the society is constructed, nobody give to anything. Without giving anything, you can't even construct also. You have to give also, then only can construct. But my meaning is that first have an understanding about what constitute Dalits. What is our society? First give an answer to this question. Our society is a Chabar Mahar caste-based society? No. Because Ambedkar said caste-based, on the basis of caste, you can't construct anything. Still, if any Mahars are thinking that they can construct Mahar society, they are fools. Still, if any Chamars are thinking that Chamar identity, they can construct any society, they are fools. Ambedkar is perfectly right that you cannot construct any society based on the caste. Hence, our society is not a caste society, caste-based society. Is our society religious society only for Buddhist? Then you have a Brahmin also within that. You have a Brahmin Buddhist also. Again, problem comes. Look at the Christian society. Brahmin Christians are there, and casteism is there in the Christian society. Since Brahmin Buddhists are very less in a Buddhist society, you don't see properly the caste. That's what I'm telling you. No religion can destroy the caste. Because religion, religious identity, these are all religious philosophies, not a social identities. Next comes to no religion, no, you can have a religion, but based on religion, you cannot construct your society. Then what is left? Left out is only social. Society, you are a sociologist, Mr. Shashikant. Very definition of society is a social, not a religious. Religion is a part of society. Religion is a part of society. So religion is a part of social. So in front of us, there is only one question, that is our society should be whether social or not. If it is a social, you are on true path. If you are thinking that your society is a religious society, then you go with your religion, in which you can have a Brahmin Buddhist also. You can go with your religion. Then you can have a Brahmin Christians also. Again, one fine day, you will come to the same point where you have started your journey. Caste. Christian society is a bit the worst example of this. Christian society started with anti-caste, ended up with a caste. Now Buddhist society also starting with against the caste, it will end up with a caste, again existing with the caste. Because religion cannot destroy the caste. Religion is religion, not a social. Social identity is a race. So you need to have only Dalit society. You need to have only Shudra society. You need to have only Adivasi societies to destroy the caste within it. So then we can implement the payback society very effectively. Suhas, why Ambedkar got appropriated today? Suhas, why Ambedkar got appropriated today? First reason that we Ambedkar started worshipping Ambedkar and worshipping nature. Any statue, worshipping a stone, worshipping a tree, worshipping anything in the nature. That is the culture of Aryans. That is the main reason why Dravidian religion also became a part of Aryan society. Dravidian religion became a part of Aryan society. Adivasi religion became a part of Aryan society. Because the common thing between all these three is worshipping a nature. If you start worshipping idol, if you start worshipping, say great people can be respected. We can respect Ambedkar. But if you worship Ambedkar, then Ambedkar will be easily co-opted by anyone. That is the one reason why RSS also has no problem to co-opt Ambedkar. Worshipping Ambedkar is not a big problem. They worship many. Idol worship is acceptable as a culture in the Aryan society. So Ambedkar is acceptable to worship. Ambedkar ideology is not acceptable. Accepting Ambedkar photo, Ambedkar statue doesn't mean that that person is accepting a Ambedkar thought or Ambedkar vision. Try to understand this. To understand this, what I'm trying to say. So, co-option is because of this thing. Co-option is because of idol worship. And co-option because we don't know which society we have to build. We are political Ambedkarites. We are happy to be a political Ambedkarites. We take Ambedkar political philosophy. We take Ambedkar economic philosophy also. But we don't take Ambedkar cultural philosophy. Ambedkar was wearing the suit, boot, everything in the peak summer. 45 degrees summer. 45 degrees heat. Ambedkar was roaming the Maharashtra villages. Not Nagpur, Mumbai, Pune. Villages Ambedkar was, campaigning his political party. All India, Akhil Bharatiya Dalit Federation, which is called All India Scheduled Caste Federation. There are photos, you can find photos. You go and see. What I am talking based on facts of the history. Ambedkar in those days, his political party name was Akhil Bharatiya Dalit Federation, and he was having a suit, boot, everything. And that time no AC car. His ambassador car was not having AC. AC was not there at all in India. So much of sweating. But going with a three-piece, at least I am having a two-piece. Sometimes he used to have three-piece suit. Visiting the Maharashtra villages and talking about his political party. What do you want to say? He want to give a cultural statement. Dalit political leader means he should be a boot and suit. It's not the question of heat. It's a culture. See, everybody knows that meat is a basic food of humans. Right from the birth of the human. Right from the birth of the man, meat is a basic food. Brahmins also know it. Many Brahmins who read Vedas, they know that Aryans were the meat eaters. They know very well. But why today Brahmin says that no? They want to show some superiority. But still there are many Brahmins, as rightly said by Dr. Darshana, they eat meat, indirectly or directly, hidingly or not hidingly, hiding or without hiding. Artificial imposed culture cannot survive. Now look at the Brahmins. Though they know very well that without eating meat, there are many medical problems. If you don't eat, there are medical problems. You go and talk to any true doctor, real doctor, who look at the food as a food, not as a religion. Even Brahmin doctors. Better to talk to Brahmin doctors. They will tell the truth. Even then, they are upholding the vegetarian food culture only. Why? Because at any cost, they want to maintain their culture to show their superiority. Same is case with Ambedkar. Ambedkar want to show his cultural superiority, even if it's a very hot culture. I mean, very hot atmosphere. So much of heat is there. 45 degrees of hot waves are there. Even then, deliberately was putting the suit, boot, everything, because he want to give a cultural statement to his people. He was a politician. I want to see such politicians. Very unfortunately that our own Ambedkarite Dalit leaders, not a single Dalit political leader wearing the boot suit and going to the villages. They don't do. They have become a Gandhians. The Ambedkarite political leaders are Gandhians in terms of the dress culture. So this is the main reason, Suhas, why Ambedkar easily got co-opted by the others, because Ambedkarites themselves not adopted cultural Ambedkarism, Ambedkar's cultural philosophy. It's very happy to adopt Ambedkar politically and in terms of economic philosophy. Politically, mostly we are very, very happy to adopt Ambedkar politically and materialistically. Ambedkar is praised just because of we are getting reservations. There is one statement, na? Ambedkar, without Ambedkar, we won't be like this. Of course, we won't be like this. But it has its own danger talking like that. Why? We are looking at Ambedkar in terms of the material benefit. Even if you are not like that, you should follow Ambedkar. That's what my point. You should adopt Ambedkar culture. If you are adopting Ambedkar political culture, I'm telling you, people will run away to take the name of Ambedkar. You find a person with the red tilak also talking about Ambedkar. So that's Dr. Darshana, Dalit women culture, that's food, sari, which I already said, Darshana. See, if you want to go to Rome, you said that, sir, I am unable to wear the Ambedkarite Dalit culture dress, Ambedkar Dalit cultural dress. It is not a, sari is not a part of that. It's a modern dress, like having a blazer. Darshana says that she has to wear the sari in his in her workplace, because they don't accept this modern dress, that universal dress, which is a Dalit Ambedkar Dalit culture. I want to tell her that there is a saying: if you are in a Rome, you should be a Roman. Means when you go to Rome, you should not behave like Indian. You should adopt Roman culture. When you are working in Brahmin managed institute, naturally you have to culture. You have to be. Otherwise, you have only one option. Either you have to be part of their culture, or you get out from that place. Our problem is not that. Yes, If you are working in the Brahmin institute, they're imposing the Brahmin culture, you have to accept it. Because there is a saying, when you go to Rome, you have to be Roman. When you go to Brahmin place, then you have to be a Brahmin if they are imposing you. So that is my answer. Then you start your own Dalit institute. Then we will have Dalit culture. There you can have this, modern dress code for the women. No need of saris. No need of pancha, dhoti. You understand? So we need to construct our own society. That's what the problem with Darshana is facing is that we don't have our own society. We don't have our own educational institutions. Next. So that's what so far here. And one more thing. You said that some Brahmins indirectly, some Brahmin teacher said that he also eats meat. I want to tell you one thing. Meat is a Dalit culture. Not eating meat is a Brahmin culture. If Dalit is not eating a meat, try to understand what I'm saying now. If a Dalit is not eating meat, Dalit is a vegetarian, he is a Brahminized Dalit. He is a Brahminized Dalit. Dalit who doesn't eat meat is a Brahminized Dalit. You said that a Brahmin teacher is eating meat. You know who is he? He is a Dalitized Brahmin. A Brahmin who eats a meat is a Dalitized Brahmin. You tell him, sir, you and me is the same. As far as food culture is concerned, you are also Dalit, I am also Dalit. Because a Brahmin who eats a meat is a Dalitized Brahmin. Darshana, understanding? So your Brahmin teacher is a Dalitized Brahmin. And someone in your house doesn't eat meat. He is a Brahminized Dalit. So this is what questions so far. Thank you very much for asking these questions. It's a wonderful day, and it's delighted to see all of you. It's a wonderful sharing my thoughts with you. I really appreciate all of you for organizing this wonderful event. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the coordinators, particularly coordinators of KIDK and my students and all participants. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shalom, Jai Bhim. Shalom, Jai Bhim.
Jai Bhim, sir. Shalom, Jai Bhim.
It is always an enriching lecture for all of us, which is as concerned with the Dalit culture. Thanks that we refresh the knowledge what you are sharing from last 10-15 years, and it's again refreshed on your birthday and the day, the Dalit Cultural Day. And the lecture, the questions that are asked by the peoples are definitely going to be benefit to not only to the participant or your students or the KIDK coordinators, it's going to be help to the whole Dalit community. With this word, I'm going to take an official vote of thanks, requesting Sashikant Bharti to please and give an official vote of thanks. I'm seeing our coordinator is here, Sukeshni Thorat. So I request her to please wish sir before we are going for official vote of thanks, if it is possible for you. I'm seeing that she is traveling. So if it is possible for you, Sukeshni Thorat, please share some words with us, or we are going to move for a vote of thanks. Sashikant Bharti, please go ahead. Please go and for a vote of thanks.
Thank you. Now, with the permission of the chair, on behalf of the Karunyakara Institute of Dalit Knowledge, it is my immense pleasure to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks for this session. First and foremost, our deepest gratitude and warm regards go to Professor Lalla Karunyakara sir, a respected Dalit historian and a profound Dalit thinker. We are truly grateful to him for leading today's session on the topic Ask Me Question, an interactive dialogue on Dalit culture, history and expression. We are incredibly grateful for your time, openness, and the inspiring answer you shared with us. Professor Karunyakara is a former Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Antarashtriya Hindi Vishwavidyalaya, Wardha, and a renowned expert on Dalit affairs and Dr. Ambedkar writings. His insights today have greatly enriched all of us. We also extend our sincere thanks to all the participants and attendees who joined us for this Dalit Indian Cultural Day program organized by KIDK. A special word of appreciation to our dedicated coordinators, Dr. Sukeshni Thorat, Dr. Darshana Mesram, Dr. Smita Bhagat, Mr. Akash Kobragade, Mr. Shreyat Bodh, and Mr. Vijay Kumre for their tireless efforts and unwavering support in making this session a grand success. Thank you once again to everyone for your active and valuable participation. And before we conclude, please don't forget to subscribe to the Dalit Knowledge YouTube channel, where the recorded session will be uploaded shortly. Jay, the session is over.
Bye bye. Take care to all. We are going to meet on Saturday. Please, I request you to please be a part of our regular lecture series. Bye bye. Take care to all.